What's going on, fellas? It's me again, and today I'm gonna just uh, let you not yeah, let you guys know how to actually get over depression. Now, to preface this, um, these are just a few things that work for me personally. So they may or may not work for you, but I feel like regardless of who you are as an individual, I feel like all these things can objectively, at the very least, get you in a better mindset and can help you if not get over depression, it can help you plant those seeds to find out what actually does help you get over depression. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And a little backstory on me personally, I've been dealing with, well, I don't deal with it anymore, but at one point in time I was real down on my luck. I was real sad, real anxious, depressed, all type of stuff, man. That was when I was in high school, back in like from like 20, like mid 2016, I want to say. No, I want to say late 2016 to like 2019, I want to say. Yeah. So yeah, around the time when I was in high school. Um. So yeah, and all throughout that, I went through so much in my life. I feel like I just couldn't win. I dealt with death in the family. I dealt with, um, you know, not having things financially, not being financially stable. I dealt with, all types of stuff in my personal life, man. You know, but what I'm saying, it is what it is. It made me the man I am today, and I'm proud of the man I am today. And now I'm here using what I've learned from all that pain and torment and trauma that I went through in order to have you guys not go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? And to, make your guys' lives that much better. So let's get into it. First thing, number one, allow yourself to feel all of the emotion. What I mean by that is just if you gotta cry, cry. If you gotta punch something, punch something. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're not hurting yourself or you're not damaging any property or anything important in your household or anybody else's household. And you know what I'm saying? And make sure you're not hurting anybody else, you know. So and another thing, don't try too hard to be positive because a lot of these people, whenever they give like depression advice, they be like, oh, just smile more, just do this. It's like, bro, I don't want to fucking smile, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just allow yourself to feel all of it. Allow yourself to just be sad. Allow yourself to be angry. Allow yourself to be anxious, all that, right? Just don't succumb to it. Don't allow it to consume you. You know what I'm saying? Always keep a level head, but at the same time, allow yourself to feel the emotion. And another thing, don't take it out on other people. That's what I said earlier. That don't hurt anybody else. Verbally, physically, emotionally, or anything like that. Always make sure that you're treating people the way that you would like to be treated, no matter what you're going through. Always make sure that you're making people appreciative of your company. You know what I'm saying? Even though things may not be going the best in your personal life. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Especially if they're actually trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? So don't bottle up your emotions, but at the same time, don't allow them to consume you. You know, if that makes any sense. And another thing, number two, pick up more hobbies. Start working out. Make music. Find an outlet in which you can release those emotions in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? So, get you a gym membership. Start making music if that's something you want to do. Start skateboarding if that's something you want to do. Or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just get involved with something outside of home and work or school. Always have a third space. Third spaces are very important. Always make sure you're finding a healthy third space and you're helping yourself find more out of life. You know, you're helping yourself find more out of life. And with you doing that, you're gonna meet more people that are like minded, just like you. And boom, there you go. You got that sense of community. You got you know, the sense of community and the what am I thinking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts, but fuck. You got a sense of community. I didn't write this down, but you got a sense of community, and you know, you're building friendships. You're building long-lasting friendships and stuff like that. And you know, you can use that to get more out of life. And you know, if you say, for instance, you meet somebody and you're out skating or you're doing some type of martial art or whatever, right? And you know, that person was like, "Hey, I'm going to this concert this day. You want to come with me?" You know, boom, you made a new friend. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you can talk to, somebody you can trust, somebody you can, you know, oh shit, somebody who cares about you, you know, and your well being. So they're gonna be there to help you. You know, there's somebody else to talk to and let them know how you feel. And make sure that whatever hobby that you're doing is fun, but at the same time it's also challenging. It's not something where like video games. Like, don't get me wrong, I love video games and I love and you know, I feel like, you know, you can play video games and be, you know, a good individual and stuff like that. Like you can still like get things done and play video games, but I feel like that's not really something that can like tangibly help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's because at the same time you still all by yourself, most likely. You're still in the house. You're still not getting any type of real nature or anything like that. And on top of that, you're not really communicating with people. I mean, yeah, you can like over the like game chat and stuff like that or whatever, like over the headset and stuff, but nothing beats like real human connection. You know what I'm saying? So just do something that gives you real, genuine connection with people. Um, and yeah, and the emotions that you feel while doing that, allow them to flow because that's them being exercised. You know, whenever people say, "Oh, exercising demons" or anything like that, even though I don't really believe in that term, you know, I don't like really saying, "Oh, I'm exercising my demons" because you know I ain't with that demonic shit pretty much. But it's like, you know, demons are just a metaphor for like your emotions, your lower self. You gotta allow your lower self to play too. So when you're doing stuff like working out or skateboarding or whatever, you're allowing all that bad stuff to flow out of you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, when you use the bathroom, you can't like have that stuff within you all the time. You gotta release it. You know what I'm saying? So doing hobbies and stuff like that, that could be a healthy release. You know, um, and it gives you a better sense of purpose. It gives you something to live for. You know what I'm saying? If you're the person that's really really bad, you know, it gives you something to live for. Gives you something that motivates you, something that wakes you up in the morning, something that gives you life, that gives you joy, that gives you that spark. You know, because no matter what, I know I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't have anything else going on with myself, at least I know I can do this. And it teaches you patience, persistence, and resilience. Three things you definitely gonna need in whenever you're in this battle with depression. Having a solid hobby that really like challenges you, that you know clears your mind, that allows you to release and exercise those emotions that you're feeling. It's definitely going to teach you those three things. Because, for example, if you're just starting the gym, yeah, you may get newbie gains within like the first year, but like after like the second or third year, they're gonna really like slow down. You know what I'm saying? And then you're really gonna have to be like, okay, cool. Like, what can I do in order to make sure that like I'm still getting these gains? You know, and you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You gotta still show up. You gotta still work out, still bust your ass, still, you know what I'm saying? Do put in work. You know what I mean? So yeah, confirmation. But yeah, continue to like put in work and stuff like that. And three, eat better food. Make sure you're taking care of your temple, inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're putting in good stuff so you can get back. What you put in is what you get back. You know what I'm saying? You know how your teachers used to be like, you are what you eat because you are. If you're eating bad food all the time, low vibrational food and stuff like that, then of course it's gonna bring you down. You gotta make sure you're eating balanced diets. Get your fruit, your vegetables, your grains, your dairy, and your proteins. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're eating as balanced as you can. You know what I'm saying? And depending on, your body weight or whatever, depending on what you want to do with your body, eat more or eat less. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you are gonna eat more, I would say eat healthy food. Like, get a balanced diet. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're you know drinking stuff like Gatorades or Powerades or whatever. If you're working out or whatever, you're sweating a whole lot. You gotta replace those electrolytes. Just make sure that you're staying hydrated. That's a big thing as well, because a hydrated brain is a very effective brain. Stop eating out as much and eat more home cooked meals, like because a lot of food that's made quickly, fast food, a lot of times is not really paid attention to. It's not really made with love. It's just like something that instant gratification. That's all fast food is, instant gratification. You know, and ain't nothing wrong with eating fast food every once in a while. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that's not something you can just eat every single day. Like, don't eat that every single day. Make sure you're eating food that was made with love, and care. Because a nice home cooked meal like that takes time. That takes effort. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to like put yourself into that food. You know what I mean? Like whenever somebody be like, "Oh, you put your foot in this," that's them being like, "Oh, you really did your best with this. You really like took your time. You really paid attention to details, and you're making food that's not only enjoyable for the body but enjoyable for the spirit." You know what I'm saying? And lastly, listen to better music. You got to make sure that you're listening to music that makes you feel good. And when I say that, I'm not saying like just completely throw away your playlist or anything like that. I'm just saying like within your playlist, make sure that you're listening to music that's making you feel better. That gives you a good vibe, a good energy. Something you can kind of dance to, something you can sing along with. That just makes you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're depressed, like you know, and you feel like you have to listen to depressing music, that's not really a good thing. But don't get me wrong, sometimes a lot of the depressing music can help you because it helped me before. Don't get me wrong, I used to listen to guys like The Weeknd, X, may he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? To really like get a sense of relatability. You know what I'm saying? So if that works for you genuinely, then do that. But you know how music makes you feel. I would suggest you listening to stuff that makes you feel good, like nice high vibrational music and stuff like that. You know, listen to people like Bob Marley, Janae Aiko, who else? SZA got a few good high vibrational songs. You know what I'm saying? Like just listen to artists like that just make you feel good. You know, and if possible, make sure your newfound hobbies, like you working out, you going to doing whatever, right? Skateboarding, whatever. Make sure that you're listening to music, to high vibrational music while you're doing those things, if possible, depending on your hobby. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just like, you know, that's double positivity. You know what I'm saying? And you can just keep flowing and flowing and flowing. That's gonna create a positive feedback loop within your spirit and your mind that'll make you feel like, okay, I'm actually getting somewhere. I'm doing better. Not only am I listening to good music, I'm also, allowing myself to exercise my bad emotions by doing these hobbies and stuff like that, right? So it's just like a double whammy, you know, best bang for your buck. And another thing, lastly, words are powerful, so make sure you're using them, like, you know, to your advantage. So if you're listening to music that's always like, oh, I'll kill somebody this or I'll rob somebody that, it's like, you know, that's not really gonna help your vibration. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that whatever you're listening to, the words that or you're listening to, the words you're speaking to yourself, other people and stuff like that, make sure they're as good as you possibly can make them. You know, because that's gonna really help you out in the long run. So, but yeah, it's about all I got for today, man. You know, thank you guys for tuning in with me. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, shit. If you feel like it, subscribe. You know, if you don't, it's all good. But either way, man, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.